Welcome back to Randomly Awesome Facts. In today's video, we've picked out 15 epic historical events that are so bizarre, you'll find it hard to believe they actually happened. So, get ready to have your mind blown. Let's get started. At number 1, we have the Dancing Plague of 1518. In the town of Strasbourg, France, a woman named Frau Trophia began dancing in the street, and she kept dancing without rest for days. This rapidly grew into a widespread affliction, as many as 400 people were reported to be dancing uncontrollably, some even to the point of collapse or death due to exhaustion, heart attack, or stroke. This bizarre phenomenon lasted for about 2 months before it gradually subsided. The cause of the dancing plague remains unknown. Coming up at number 2, the Great Emu War of 1932. This isn't the title of some obscure video game. It was an actual war, where Australian military forces were deployed to manage the emu population. Armed soldiers were sent to fight against the emus, but the emus were reportedly seen running full speed while bullets were hitting them, showing their astonishing resilience. After several operations, the soldiers were recalled in December 1932, with the government facing negative publicity and the military operation deemed a failure. Number 3 is the Tanganyika laughter epidemic of 1962. It sounds like a joke, but this laughter was no laughing matter. Originating at a boarding school in Tanzania, when 3 girls started laughing. The laughter spread rapidly among the students, to the point that 95 of the 159 students were affected. The symptoms weren't limited to laughter alone. Victims also reported pain, fainting, rashes, and crying. The intensity of the symptoms forced the school to close temporarily. The cause? Mass psychogenic illness, a mystery that leaves us chuckling nervously. Number 4 on our list, the Great Molasses Flood of 1919. In Boston, a large storage tank filled with 2.3 million gallons of molasses burst and sent a wave of molasses rushing through the streets at an estimated 35 miles per hour. The molasses wave was approximately 25 feet high and 160 feet wide at its peak. It destroyed everything in its path, including buildings, vehicles, and parts of the city's elevated train infrastructure. It was reported that the flood killed 21 people and injured 150 others. It was a sticky situation that's hard to imagine. Coming in at number 5, the exploding whale incident, 1970, in Florence, Oregon. A dead sperm whale that had washed up on the beach was deemed too large to be buried or burned. The Oregon Highway Division decided to dispose of it by using half a ton of dynamite. The explosion caused large chunks of whale blubber to rain over the area and spectators. The event is now infamous as a lesson in how not to dispose of a large sea mammal. Number 6, the London Beer Flood, 1814. A large vat containing over 135,000 gallons of beer ruptured, causing other vats in the same building to succumb in a domino effect. As a result, more than 323,000 gallons of beer burst out and gushed into the streets. The wave of beer caused a significant amount of damage, flooding cellars, homes, and a local pub where people were gathered. Tragically, the flood claimed the lives of 8 people, some from the initial flood and others from alcohol poisoning. At number 7, we have the Bat Bomb Project during World War II. The concept was to attach small incendiary bombs to bats, seeking out dark and secluded places to roost, would spread out across the city and into buildings. Despite initial enthusiasm and investment into the project, it was eventually deemed impractical and was officially cancelled in 1944. The Bat Bomb Project stands as a testament to the lengths nations were willing to go during the desperation of war and as a curious footnote in the annals of military history. Number 8, Salem Tomato Trial of 1820. The tomato was thought to be poisonous for a long time in North America. It was even dubbed as the poison apple. In 1820, to debunk this myth, Colonel Robert Gibbon Johnson announced that he would eat a basket of tomatoes in front of the courthouse in Salem, New Jersey. Hundreds of people came to watch him die after eating the poisonous fruit. He didn't die, of course, proving tomatoes were safe to eat. Number 9, the Halifax Explosion of 1917. One of the largest non-nuclear explosions in history, caused by a collision between 2 ships in the Halifax harbor. The French cargo ship SS Mont Blanc, fully loaded with wartime explosives, accidentally collided with the Norwegian vessel SS Emo in the Narrows. A fire on board the French ship ignited her cargo, causing a large explosion that devastated the Richmond district of Halifax. Approximately 2,000 people were killed by the blast, debris, or collapsed buildings, and an estimated 9,000 others were injured. At number 10, the Pastry War of 1838 to 1839, which started over a pastry shop. When a French pastry chef's shop in Mexico was ransacked, it led to a conflict between Mexico and France. The French King Louis Philippe demanded compensation of 600,000 pesos, which the Mexican government refused, leading to a brief conflict. It was short-lived, but the sweet war definitely left a sour taste. Number 11 is Cleveland's Balloonfest, 86. Intended as a charity event, the city of Cleveland, Ohio, decided to break the world record by releasing 1.5 million balloons into the air. However, the event became a disaster when bad weather pushed the balloons over the city in Lake Erie, causing massive traffic disruptions, airport closure, and impeding Coast Guard search efforts for 2 fishermen, who were later found drowned. What was intended as a celebration turned into a balloon nightmare. Coming up at number 12, the year without a summer, 1816. This unusual climatic event is attributed to a combination of a historic low in solar activity and the eruption of Mount Tambora in Indonesia in April 1815, one of the most powerful volcanic eruptions in recorded history. The massive amounts of volcanic ash ejected into the atmosphere by this eruption had a global impact on climate. Crops failed, livestock died, and severe food shortages prevailed across much of the northern hemisphere. Snowfall and frost were reported in the middle of summer in some places. Number 13, the Great Smog of London, 1952. A severe air pollution event that affected London in early December 1952. A period of cold weather combined with an anticyclone and windless conditions collected airborne pollutants mostly from the use of coal to form a thick layer of smog over the city. It lasted 5 days and was responsible for the deaths of an estimated 12,000 people. 14th on our list is Miss Unsinkable. Violet Constance Jessup was an ocean liner stewardess and nurse who is known for surviving the disastrous sinkings of both the RMS Titanic and her sister ship, the HMHS Britannic, during the early 20th century. She also was aboard RMS Olympic, the third sister ship, when it collided with a British warship, the HMS Hawke. These experiences earned her the nickname, Miss Unsinkable. Last but not least, at number 15, we have Operation Cat Drop in the 1950s. The backstory of Operation Cat Drop starts with a malaria outbreak in the area, which was combated by widespread use of DDT pesticide to kill mosquitoes. However, the DDT also killed a parasitic wasp species. The poisonous effects of the DDT also devastated the local cat population, which consumed rats that consumed the poisoned insects. The extermination of the cats led to an explosion of the rat population, creating fears of potential disease outbreaks. To solve the unexpected rat problem, the British Royal Air Force was enlisted to parachute live cats into the affected region. These parachuted cats then helped control the burgeoning rat population, thereby helping restore the disrupted ecosystem. This event is an example of the unintended consequences of human interventions in complex ecosystems. So, there you have it. Our journey through 15 epic historical events you won't believe actually happened. Remember to hit that like button, share, and subscribe to Randomly Awesome Facts for more incredible videos. Stay curious, stay awesome. Till next time.